Yet ever so humble. Home sweet home. A man's home is his castle. It's the best investment you ever make. Well, who knew that since the Depression, something like this is going to happen to our home values? All of a sudden, the value of our house starts to go just like this. Down, down, down. Our home is worth less than we owe on it. We're behind on our mortgage payments. We're facing foreclosure. Well, at StopForeclosure3ways.com, we talk about 3 methods at length to stop foreclosure. So if you're behind on your payments, or if you know that you're certain that you will fall behind, check out these 3 options. We're going to talk about them briefly here and then at length on the website. Loan modifications, mortgage replacement. You're going, huh? I'll explain it. And short sales. But let's start with loan mods. Loan modifications are predicted to be more than 10 million this year, and the reasons, there are hundreds of them, but let's talk about the main ones. Banks, the big banks and the little banks, have finally awakened to smell the coffee, Starbucks probably, and they recognize that foreclosure is not a good financial option as opposed to simply modifying the existing loan with you. You see, banks save thousands of dollars by doing loan modifications rather than foreclosing. They don't have to, by federal law, put money in reserves for foreclosed homes. They don't have to worry about reselling your home, many times fixing it up, and of course paying a commission to a realtor. During a foreclosure, they won't even accept your payments, so their cash flow sucks. And the balance sheet, when they do foreclose on a home, shows they have a non-performing asset, which means they can't borrow as much money to loan out to us. From homeowners' perspective, loan mods are great because they don't affect our credit. We can actually, if we have someone doing this that knows what they're doing, get better rates than if you had perfect credit. Now, is that right? No, it isn't. But that's the way it is. Modifying your loan to stop the stress in your household, so you stop yelling at each other. Having a payment that you can live with that's permanent. Having past due amounts even forgiven. And in some instances, having the principal balance reduced because you have no equity in your house. At Loan Mods or Us, you can go there to watch the 22 most frequently asked questions if you like. Quick example. Interest rate on this loan was dropped from 7.8 to 6%. Payments went from $5,200 to $4,100, saving $1,000 per month. $8,800 forgiven, and the payment will be paid off. The mortgage will be paid off 3 years earlier. Why? Because that $4,100 payment includes $800 in principal reduction, where the $5,200 was nothing but interest. Okay, Loan Mods or Us. We are affiliated with a network of 9 law firms to handle the negotiations for you, the homeowner. They will evaluate your circumstances free. If they accept you as a client, they have a 97% success rate. And if for any reason they are unsuccessful in being able to modify your loan, you get your money back. And that's in writing between you and the law firm. If you'd like to call in and ask questions, here's all the call-in information. Email me, phone me, or visit the website. Check it out. Mortgage replacement. Nobody knows what this is. People are calling it America's best-kept secret. Who do we owe a thanks to? Well, good old Uncle Sam. You know and have heard about truth in lending laws, fair debt collection. You've heard about banking right to privacy, fair credit report. You've heard of all these acts. Well, acts are groups of laws. If you add up all the laws that fall within these 6 different groups of acts, you've got 180, not state laws, not county laws, but federal laws that by the federal government says you, Mr. Banker, have to comply with every single time you make a loan to a homeowner. Well, let me explain the process briefly here. It starts with you, the homeowner, saying, you know what? Let me make the banks prove that they've done everything right. They hire the company, I'll call it, which is kind of your representative and the quarterback of this entire process. They, on your behalf, hire a law firm. The law firm, after they get all your information, contacts your bank. They say, Mr. Banker, we have a client. We need you to show that you've complied with all 180 laws. Bank then sends whatever they've complied with to the law firm. Law firm looks at it and says, wow, lots of areas where they haven't complied. They put together a list. They petition the federal judge in the correct area and say, Mr. Judge, this bank with my client has, let's say, 50 violations. Judge says, well, we'll check it out. Contact the Justice Department, and the Justice Department, at the orders of the judge, contacts the bank, and the Justice Department says basically the same thing that the law firm did. Hey, prove that you've complied with all these rules. And the bank sends back to the Justice Department usually exactly what they've sent to the law firm. Justice Department looks at everything, says, lots of violations, yeah, it looks like there are 50 of them, puts together a list, goes back to the judge, federal judge, and says, Federal Judge, sir, this is a list of all of the violations we found on this loan for this homeowner. Judge goes, okay, let me get out the penalty book. He looks at what the correct penalties, fines, and assessments are for each and every violation, tallies the total, and says to the Justice Department, contact the bank. Let them know they need to write a check to the homeowner for however many tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars it is. In one instance, as an example, the homeowner had a $400,000 loan. There were 177 violations, totaling $1.3 million that the bank has to write to that homeowner. Now, do you get the extra the 400 to pay off the loan? 900 is left over. Guess who gets that? You guessed it, the law firms that found and verified and did all this stuff for you. That's their motivation. Now, you, the homeowner, get a check if this particular person was you for $1.3 million. You deposit it, it clears. You write a check for $400 back to the bank that just sent you the money and pay off in full your mortgage. You now have no mortgage. Now, the reason this is called mortgage replacement is it's free and clear. They make up a new mortgage at half whatever you just paid off at 2% for 40 years. There is no qualifying for this. There are no closing costs. There's no private mortgage insurance. And it's even assumable should you ever want to sell your home. A couple of examples quickly. $250,000 mortgage, 8% mortgage, interest rate, $1,800 and change your payment. After that's paid off, your new mortgage, half, as I said, of the existing, $125, 2% payments, under $400 a month. Would you like that? Savings over $1,400 monthly, or over $15,000 per year. If you have a slightly larger mortgage, let's say $400,000, that's 6.5%, payments $2,500. After it's paid off, again, with the money that the bank sent to you, your new mortgage, $200,000, 2%, payments $606 a month. That's a $1,900 savings. That's it. If, however, you've decided, I give up, I don't want to do anything, I just want to be done with the house, the nightmare, and the stress, well, then the obvious choice here is a short sale. Short sales. How does the process work, and why does it usually stop the foreclosure? Well, the company I refer you to writes an offer immediately to the bank. The bank gets it and goes, ooh, we got an offer, let's put the stop on the foreclosure. So the bank contacts the law firm usually and says, whoa, stop the foreclosure, we're looking at this offer. The realtor does what they do best, which are showings and write offers and counter offers and present them. You have a satisfied debt at the conclusion of this process rather than a foreclosure on your credit. You also get to stay in the home months and many times longer while the process goes on. Whatever your choice, don't wait. Do something. Find out more information. Evaluate it. Go to stopforeclosure3ways.com and look at the detailed explanation of each of the three. Or call me. Or join us any Tuesday night for a free conference call to ask your questions. On the website, Stop Foreclosure 3 Ways, here I have put together a little chart that shows you side by side all the salient points of the three choices. Do something. Make Uncle Sam's laws to protect us work. They're there. They're on the books. They have been there for decades. The banks simply have not been following them. Make them accountable. Thank you for your time. I hope this has been helpful. May God richly bless you and yours today.